I'm Ethan Mutton. I'm 21 years old. I started dancing around 15 years old, I think. My mum forced me to go into a hip-hop class because it was around the time Tim was big. So I watched his videos and stuff, and if you could dance like at school, like you were kind of cool. So that was the main reason why I just wanted to learn. But Mum forced me into a dance class that my sisters went to. And there was a hip-hop class. It was very, very basic. It was a country town, so there's like hip-hop wasn't really a thing. And then, so I did a year of that. And then the next year, we had a new teacher, and he was a b-boy, and he breakdanced. And I took to that immediately. Like I saw the breakdancing, I was like, that's what I want to do. So I was a b-boy for all the way up till I graduated high school. Then I wanted to do dance as a profession, so I enrolled at 85 International, which I knew was going to be a challenge because it was just all these new styles I had never done. But I graduated from 85 in 2019, training in everything, musical theatre, tap, jazz, ballet, and then right now I perform in a show called Oh La La, and I've been, just working and doing what I can, yeah. Movement. For me, it helps me get rid of what is ever on my mind. It's like exercise and fitness is probably one of my biggest passions, aside from dancing. The gym is meditative for me, and so I go in there to sort through whatever's on my mind, and it is also just a point for me to just sit there and I go, all right, all that is here right now, or the only thing that's bothering me is just me and this weight that I have to move. That is my only challenge right now. That's all I have to do, and I'm going to lift it, how many reps or whatever. I'm going to beat myself what I did yesterday. And so that is what it is for me, yes. It is to express, to relieve, to let out whatever is, I guess, like whether you're holding, even if it's happy or it's like anger or sadness, whatever you need to release or let out, you can do that through movement. Well, I think with dance movement, it's a completely different thing to what I do for training. Because as training, it's one movement, it's sort of no flow or anything, whereas I like to dance with my breaking. The whole reason why I started breaking was for girls. It was like, oh yeah, the girls are going to love this, which is not the case. If you go out and you're breakdancing, the last thing a girl wants to see is some guy rolling around on the floor. So, which we learnt the hard way, me and my crew. Because that's what we did, and we wanted to, that was our main focus, is when we went to battles, we would have to dress fresh. We had this saying, it was like, if you feel fresh, you'll dance fresh, or whatever. It was something like that. And so we used to get up and we were thinking we're going to pick up girls or whatever, and then we're going to go to the club and dance there and break, and it didn't happen. But that was, our movement was, we wanted to be smooth, we wanted to be different from what usually b-boys are, which is just very, I guess, hard-hitting, and we wanted to have a smooth approach, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. There's so many times that we did that. We're like, oh yeah. Yeah. No. I always seem to be in the right place at the right time. In 85, my last year, I auditioned for Magic Mike Live. And I got all the way to the end. And I was super confident. I was like, oh yes. And I got cut because I was very young as well. I was 19. I was the baby in the room. And then, so I was like, oh, that's all right, 85, kept going, and I got a message from Richard Tanumi, and he was like, hey man, he's like, I'm starting up a male review show. He's like, I heard about you at auditions, Magic Mike Live, through a couple of guys who were there. He's like, I'd love to have you in the show. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, great. I was like, I needed work as well. I'd just been back from first lockdown, and so I joined that, and I met Richard, and we became friends, and then he was like, oh, I'm starting another show called Oh La La. Would you like to be a part of it? And I was like, yes, please. I was like, more performing shows. It's And it's such a good show. It's like, we don't have a massive dressing room. I literally change in a broom closet. But it's those memories that are like, they're the ones that stick around and they're fun because you're just with your friends and go out, you perform and you dance. I'm a dreamer, so I'm a daydreamer as well. So I think dance and performing always gives me a chance to take on like characters. Like that's what I love about performing most, and dancing is like you can express or you can take on someone completely different and perform and entertain people. I love that as well. It's like making people smile or making people laugh, and that it's like such a good feeling to then you go out and like you maybe have some people come up to you and say, oh, like wow, like you made my day or something. Like that's why we do it, isn't it? It's like such a good feeling to be able to create happiness. Yeah, so that's why I do it. There we go.